Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Snake Pit Podcast, your one and only stop for all things entertainment, all things homegrown. Coming to you out of Toledo, Ohio, I'm your host, Jake Paluski. You can follow us at jakepaluski.com. That's Pilewski. The Snake Pit. The Snake Pit Podcast has been launched to promote local businesses and artists in the entertainment industry, from musicians to writers to producers to bar and restaurant owners / managers, you name it. And in doing so, we build a broader awareness for not only these folks' art and businesses, but ultimately bringing the community closer together on a more personal level. Because let's face it, the heart and soul of any city or town starts with the common thread of entertainment. So, do you have any piece of advice you could give to artists out there, you know, whether it be musicians or not, whether they are on the circuit or not, actually doing it, or if they're in their early steps of doing it? Do you have any advice you can give to all those out there?
I think it's important to stop trying to be cool. Stop trying to feel important. Just do your own thing. Get it done. Quit wasting time crying about it. Get to work.
I guess the biggest thing for me is, I'm a doer. That's all there is to it. I'm a doer. If I see a problem, I do what I can. I don't sit there and complain about it. I do what I can to make a difference and change it. Leave your pretentious attitudes at the door. We are so lucky to have the quality of musicians that we have in this town. We are so lucky that we have bar owners that allow us an opportunity, usually somewhere 7 days a week, where you can go and you can play music and you can earn a living doing so. Do your own thing. Everybody's come up with your shtick for your band. Come up with your thing for your band and the reason that you are what you are.
Be prepared to fail. You are going to fail so much more than you are going to succeed, and sticking to it and just taking that failure and learning from it, making yourself better, let it be a driving force in you. Whatever you have to do, understand that it's going to happen, because it is. And it's not easy. But if you keep going, you're going to be doing a lot more. Like, I used to play once a week, and now I play usually a minimum of like 4 times a week.
And no matter what you're doing in your life, you have to stay humble. You have to stay humble, and no matter what situation you find yourself in, even if it's a situation that you might not be 100% comfortable with, or 100%, what where you saw yourself or what you saw yourself doing, as you grow, embrace that, because you're never gonna know what could have been if you didn't embrace those things. You have to, I mean, this is your life. This is our life. You make it what you want. Make it what you want. Embrace the people around you, and live your life. To its fullest. I mean, it's all you can do.
I think the biggest thing that I could say that I constantly have to tell myself is, I think all of us that play out need to remember that we don't deserve to do any of this. That it all needs to be hard work. And I think when we have those moments where we get frustrated because we feel like we're entitled to a gig or an experience, like certain festivals, if you don't get asked to play at a festival, or you wanted to and you didn't get to, I think that we all, myself included, a lot, have to remember that none of us are entitled to this, and it really is a privilege that we are able to do this, because it's such a cool thing to be able to do. But it's something that we need to remember, that it's all hard work, and you can't expect it to be handed to you. And the other thing is to remember that when you get frustrated, everybody else out there gets frustrated too. No matter what performer it is and how together they look, we all get frustrated, and that's a camaraderie that we can have as we have frustrations. But just try to remember why you're doing what you're doing, and how cool it is that we get to do something so amazing and so fun, and that also brings life and happiness to people.
I would say stay true to yourself. If you're not doing something that you're really passionate about and that you really love, you're probably not going to be doing it for that long. Put everything you got into it, and
I think the hardest part is just getting up there the first time. That, for me, that was the hardest part. And as soon as I went up there, and as soon as I heard one person laugh, it made it really fun. It's a lot harder than you think, and that first hurdle is just getting there, just getting on stage, even if it's horrible. You know, because if you do it long enough, you're going to look back at your first time and listen to it, and you're going to think it's horrible anyway.
Right.
You know, because that's just how you progress, you know. So just get in there, just doing it the very first time, hearing that first laugh is the best part of it.
A lot of people are like, oh, I want to be a filmmaker, or oh, I want to be a musician, or I want to be a painter, or I want to be whatever, you know. Just do it, you know. And I mean, you know, hijack Nike's slogan, but go out and do it. And you know, if you're gonna fail, you're gonna learn from the failure too. You know, you're just gonna keep, you know, learning as you go. And I think one of the major things I learned, because for years I was doing everything basically by myself, I think reaching out to other people is a way too. Like, find other people with common interests, and you know, or even different interests, you know, that might help you out to, you know, find, you know, if you're a musician, find other musicians to jam with, you know, do whatever, you know. It's just, I think just going out there and finding some kind of connection.
It's there to be taken, friends. You have the community, you have the resources, you have everything you need at your hands to succeed at this point. If we can help you, we will. Truthfully. You and I can come together. We got to get past tribal warfare. We got to get past all this you versus me. We got to transcend all that. And us as artists, us as the creators, as those who think outside of that, we got to be the voice that's heard. But in order to get that, you got to have people. Look,
sky's the limit. Just work hard at it, and hopefully you have a passion. I've been fortunate enough that I was instilled with a passion as a young kid. Even before I played music, I just loved it. So having that drive, it's what you do with that drive. My advice is just to stay on top of it, keep your head up, and take as many opportunities as you can.
It's tough. I mean, it's definitely not easy. It's for sure. Thought about giving up plenty of times, because it's, no matter how hard you try, sometimes you seem to never go anywhere. And yeah, it's just all about just believing in yourself, and you know, you hope to have good people surrounding you to support you. You know, that's the biggest thing.
You can follow us at jakepaluski.com. That's PILEWSKI.
The Snake Band.